What's good, YouTube? Zeramus555 here, and I'm coming to you, amazing people, with a deck profile today. It is none other than 6 Samurai. Woo! So, as we all know, Samurai won the YCS, not this last one, but the one before. And, what was the guy's name? Junior something? He won. I thought his build was awful. I mean, it was an OCG build, which was really, really cool, but I know a lot of people have tested it out, and it's just like, it's not consistent enough at opening first turn Shien. And if you can't open Shien, even though you have a lot of trap protection, you get stormed. You know, if they just start getting too many pluses on you, you lose. And I liked how he didn't run Valor. I liked how he ran Maxi instead. I really don't like Valor and Samurai. I'd rather run Maxi, honestly. I don't have any yet, but if I did have two, I'd be running them in this deck for sure. But I honestly don't think you need Maxi either. I mean, we just have the trap protection now, and Zectors are gone. Windups are still a threat, but we have a good matchup against them because of Enishi and stuff, so it's really not that big of a deal. But in all honesty, I just found this build was not fast enough. And I think Samurai, even though this is much slower in the format than it was last format, I still think Samurai don't really have that speed compared to some of the other decks such as Windups and Chaos Dragons. So we more so obviously need the protection, but we also need to make sure we consistently get out Shien turn 1 with something big on it, and it's all about pluses. I liked how he teched in Irao. I did like Irao when I was testing it. It's a good card, but I honestly think it's a side deck card. I mean, if you're really going into a tournament, a major tournament, and you see a lot of players that are like, you know, obviously maining Georgias or, you know, Evils or something, then Irao is going to be really good in the main. But in all honesty, I really just don't think he's there or necessary. He's more of a side deck card. And even then, I mean, he's a 1-up. You're not always going to draw him. So, yeah, anyways, without further ado, I'm just going to get to the deck profile. This is much more similar to my Samurais I was running last format, minus the Effect Valors and with the addition of a few more traps. I'm not running Valors, no hand traps in here, but I'm running another trap instead, which I'll talk about and why I think that card's really, really good again. So, anyways, first up, just one Kageki. I was trying 2 in this build. I do like 2 a lot. I am running Dojo. This is a Dojo build. A lot of you are going to be like, oh, Dojo's bad now. Don't run Dojo. I like Dojo. I think that you kind of need it to get to those better monsters faster. I also like the fact that if I open Gateway in a Dojo or Gateway the United, I win. And with the Dojos, it just gives you a more consistent chance of opening with Gateway and one of those cards. So I mean, people are running Valor again. Like, Valor is less popular, and now it's more popular again. I'd say even more popular than Max C. Valor was like, people were like, oh, don't run Valor, just run Max C. Now it's kind of like switched again. People are like, oh, run 2 Max C and 2 Max C, 3 Valor, or just 3 Valor and 1 Max C, you know, stuff like that. So, as much as Max C obviously hurts this deck, Valor hurts us more with this play. It is cool, though, because of Dojo. I can go Kageki with the Dojo on the field, activate effect. They Valor, I just special a Kizan or a Grandmaster and keep going. So I might switch this up. I'm really back and forth between 2 Elder, 1 Kageki, or 2 Kageki, 1 Elder. But I think ultimately, since I am running the Asceticism build, I like that Elder can special summon, and Kageki's normal summon can be very weak sometimes. So just 1 Kageki for now. I might put that back up, but we'll see. 3 Kagemusha. Nothing special to say there. As I was saying, 2 Elders. I just like Elder right now more than Kageki. Ultimately, just because he has a special summon, and obviously you just keep going. You can go like special, Asceticism, and then you just like draw into your Spirit, or you draw into Enishi, and then you like normal summon it, normal summon hand, and then you're in a really good position. Yes, I run hand. Hand of 6 Samurai is very underrated. It's better than Irao, so shut up. Obviously, you got your 1, 2, 3 Kizan. You have to run Kizan at 3. I'm not going to say anything about that. Just 1 Grandmaster. Even though Thunder King Ryo has seen a lot of play, I ultimately just don't think that you really need it more than 1. I just think that if you play 2, you have a higher chance of dead drawing them. And Grandmaster really doesn't do a whole lot other than just give, you know, 2100 beats, and obviously gets around Warning and Thunder King. But he is a good card. I just don't think you need 2 anymore. I haven't really had the room to test for a second one either, just because I like having more traps. So under our Asceticism targets, we have 1 Zanji. I guess Grandmaster is an Asceticism target as well. But the 1 Zanji, Asceticism for Kizan, he's also really good because he gets over Spirit Reaper. He gets or stuff like, he doesn't get over it, but I mean, he definitely has a good effect versus stuff such as Gotchi, Marshmallow, just cards that you're having a hard time getting over. Even bigger monsters, you can just crash if there's not a samurai still in the field after his effect resolves. It will blow up their other cards, so really good. MVP of the deck, Enishi, gotta run it. So nobody's running this card anymore, but I'm running Hand of the Six Samurai again. This card's beast. It's so good because the deck still has a really hard time getting over bigger monsters. And I just figured that with Chaos Dragons back on the rise, this was kind of a necessary evil that we have to run. I just find that, like, I was running Ira overhand, as you guys know. That's what Junior was doing as well. But I just found, like, you would draw Ira, and they'd already have this, like, big field, or they have some big monster you can go over, and you're just like, okay, I just drew Ira, and it only affects set monsters. What am I going to do? Hand can hit set monsters and face-up monsters. You can also do the Grandmaster hand loop if you have a really good hand, but I mean, it's there. Hand's also a level 3, which I think is better than Irao, because I can do, Dojo plays. I can go normal hand, special Kizan, Dojo, and a Kagemusha, and then make Shien with this, which is good as well. So ultimately, I just think Hand's a better card. It's also a secret rare, which is pretty sexy. But yeah, all in all, I just like Hand a lot better this format. I mean, once again, Irao's a side deck card. If I'm playing a deck that's going to be setting a lot of cards, I'm going to take out the Hand side and Irao. So, last but not least is Spirit. I was not running this. Junior was not running this. Spirit is just too good. You just get too many pluses. A 3,000 Shien is, like, Shien by himself is already hard, so a Shien with 3,000 attack, and then every single time it destroys a monster, you draw a card. It's freaking ridiculous. It gets over, like, Pulsar Dragon, it gets over Darkness Metal, so it really helps with the Chaos Dragon loop. So, yeah, I mean, I just think you need to run Spirit. It just, so many good plays. And once again, level 3, summon it, special, Dojo, make Shien. So, really, really good. So that's all my monsters, 14. No hand traps, it's just 14. I'll have the deck list down below if you guys want to see it there. On to spells. I'm going to go with these really quickly. 3 Asceticism. 3 6 Samurai United. And once again, I'm running Dojos. Just 2. I would never run 3. 3 is overkill. This card's just really good. It just adds a lot of speed, adds even more consistency to the deck, and it just gets those power play cards out in the field faster. Once again, also, I'm obviously, you gotta run Gateway, but it just makes it so with Gateway, before you said Gateway and 3 United, with the 2 Dojos as well, that's 6 continuous spells. It means I have a higher chance of opening up a Gateway and one of these bad boys, which gives me more consistent explosive plays, sorry. So moving on, we have 2 Smoke Signal, 1 Rhoda, nothing to say there. And then we have 1 MST. I'm still liking the 1 MST, and then I'm also running, obviously, the Storm. The 1 MST mainly is just, a lot of times people just set 1 back because they're afraid of Storm, and if they set more than 1, I have the Storm. So it's like either or is really, really good in that situation. The 1 MST just puts in work. I ended up running that in the last Champs I went to. I didn't do well at that Champs, but I won all the side events. And MST actually put in a lot of work in all those tournaments. They'd like set like a judgment and just hit the MST. And they'd set a warning to try and warning my Shien. Hit the MST, then make Shien and you win. So really, really good. And the last spell is Monster Reborn. I do not run Dark Hole. I do not like it in this deck. I've said it 1,000 times in all my Samurai deck profiles. Samurai is all about field presence. And Bottomless Trap Hole just completely goes against everything that Samurai stands for. So, I mean, it's good for getting, like, when your opponent just, say, first turn just goes off and you have Dark Hole. That's really, really good. I'd probably side Dark Hole against stuff like Wind-Ups, but other than that, I find there's no point in maining it. Also, I do not main Book of Moon anymore. I took that out for more trap power, and that's ultimately just because Book doesn't really do anything to help the deck. I mean, Book's good with Spirit because I can, like, book a bigger monster and attack over it and draw a card, but ultimately Book doesn't do anything to help the deck, so I just figured it wasn't necessary. So out of the traps, this is a much bigger trap lineup than I usually run for Samurai, but it's running really well so far. So over D Prisons, I'm running 2 Fiendish Chain. This is because I'm not running hand traps, and Fiendish Chain is really, really good with Spirit. It also obviously stop monster effects. And the YCS winner was running this. A lot of people actually got top 32 this last YCS was running this, so obviously this card's gaining in popularity again. Very, very underrated card. I like Fiendish Chain a lot, so I'm sticking with these for now. I may take them out for D Prisons in the future, just because obviously I have a hard matchup against Chaos Dragons and Heroes. D Prison really helps. 2 Bottomless, a staple. I'm running this card again because it's amazing. Musakani Magatama, now that Inzectors are gone. I mean, they're not gone, they're still around, but I'm not really too worried about them anymore. This card's awesome again. It just stops Raiko, it stops Lila, Dark Hole. Heavy Storm. It's really cool because you can save your Shien negate for stuff that doesn't destroy, and then when they think they're going to get that hole through or that Heavy Storm through, you just like flip up your Magatama, and they're just like... And obviously the fact that as well, it gets around Solemn Judgment and Warning. You pay 2k, you pay 4k, I pay nothing. Really, really good. Solemn Brigade. Sorry, this is a long deck profile, guys. I just really want to talk about Samurais this format. Mirror Force, and then one Double Edge. I like the one Double Edge again. It just adds speed, adds consistency, and once again, it's really good with Spirit. As you guys can tell, this is probably... It's not a Spirit build. I'm not going to call it like Spirit 6 Samurais. I just think Spirit's one of the best cards in Samurais, and it's the reason my Samurais used to be good back before all this new stuff came out. So I'm just going to quickly go through the extra deck. I'm not going to talk about anything, but just show you what I'm running, because people always ask. So, well, obviously the one Shi En, one Nat Beast, one Naturia Barkion, one Mist Wurm just for a 9. You can go into it fairly easily, and Mist Wurm's actually really good. Gets around Zen mains. One 8 Scrap Dragon. I like Scrap Dragon. And last Synchro's Allied Justice Catastor. The only 6 I actually run is the Barkion. I mean, yeah, you have chances to go into 6 often, but in most cases it's not really worth it. And I don't like Gaia Knight. He's just not worth the space. And most of the times you just go for XYZs in most cases. It's just Shi En, beat down, and then control the field. That's really all you do. So for XYZs, we have obviously the one Shadow. He's actually really good too. I like Shadow a lot. One Shockmaster. Don't go to this guy very often, but usually when you do and you got a Shien on the board, you usually win. You go like spells or traps, and then they just can't do anything. One Utopia. One Blade Armor Ninja. One Excalibur. He's awesome. I'm still running the one Roach just because Chaos Dragons are big again, so you can go Shien, get some back rows, and this guy out, you usually win. It's like GG. This is good against Heretics too, so it's just like amazing card. Very, very underrated. And one Maestro's my last level 4. For level 3s, I just have Zen mains and MX Saber Invoker. Over Leviathan, I decided to run Invoker, and that's mainly just because Invoker is really, really good. He just lets you keep comboing off Dojo and Gateway, and just fills up the graveyard with more Kizans and stuff too, which is good, so you can add them back. But it's overall just a good card. Helps you OTK, which is awesome. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. It is 42 cards, extra X 15. Don't have a side deck for it. Side deck's always different depending on what tournament you're going to and what decks you see winning. So anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you guys like the deck profile a lot better than my last one. I'm not really net decking like I was before. I mean, my build was different than Junior's, but I was really just seeing how he won. I think he's just a good player, and apparently he opened with Gateway like 8 times on day 2 and like 12 times on day 1, so I don't know if he was just stacking or he just was really lucky. It just ended up being one of those really lucky wins. So, yeah, anyways, guys, that's the deck. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to all of you later. Peace!